This is Tesla's best kept secret. It's a little app hidden inside of your car that can save you thousands and thousands of dollars and unlock some really incredible hidden features. I love showing off Tesla hidden secrets and tips and tricks on this channel. It's my favorite thing ever, but none of those really matter if your car is broken. And my brand new Model Y with less than 200 miles on it just broke. I have got a wild story to share with this one, and I figured with all this, now would be time to do an interesting video. So I've got like 15 or so tips, tricks, and Tesla hidden features to share in this video, but these are gonna be some I've never shared before. Let me show you some things that all Tesla owners need to know and tell you about my wild broken Tesla story and some of the weird little apps in your Tesla and how they can save your car, and also add new features too. So I won't even bury the lead here. Yes, so let me reiterate what I just said a moment ago and say it again, because it's a true thing. I picked up my Model Y, this brand new Model Y, like 3 weeks ago, and 1 week ago, so it was like 2 weeks old, had like 200 miles on it. I go to drive it and it literally just lights up with a bunch of random errors. Traction control wasn't working, regen braking wasn't working, the powered steering wasn't working. There were a bunch of issues just on, and the car seemed just about broken. And I know most people wouldn't believe me, but I immediately started taking photos and videos of this because I knew this was a video I wanted to make, because this is not the first time this has happened to me, and kind of goes along with some of the crazy horror stories I've heard about owning a Tesla. And I'll show you some of the weird ways I fix these issues and a lot more, but let me also say this. There is a lot of fear around Tesla ownership. In fact, you might have seen a video going viral over the last couple of days about a Cybertruck that was like remotely sort of shut down, and Tesla just shut it down on the freeway and the car wasn't working. Basically, long story short, Tesla confirmed that was a fake video, and a lot of the fear and stories you'll see about Tesla ownership, they are fake. There's a lot of, hyperbole around batteries and being dangerous and causing fires. There's a lot of, fear about the Teslas being computers and them being hacked and the screens going out. There is so much fear, misinformation, uncertainty, and doubt around Teslas that you've just got to ignore, because it's all blown way out of proportion for one reason or another. But on the flip side, your car can have some legitimate issues here that do make it quite frustrating and can honestly be a little bit scary. For example, one of the issues I've had a couple of times that was a lot more prevalent a couple of years ago that has gotten better was a random crash of my Tesla display. And especially in the Model 3 and Model Y, and even the other Teslas as well, you're going along, you've got all of your info on one display, and then it'll just like go black and it'll like go off, and the audio will stop working in the car, everything just stops, and then you'll see like the computer start to reboot. And when that happened to me the first and second time, it was like, whoa, it was super jarring. And I was kind of like, what in the world is going on? And then I always get questions. People always ask me, when you see that big screen in the Tesla, what happens if the car system crashes and reboots? Does that mean you lose all functionality of the car? You've got a big, beautiful display in here. You've got all the creature comforts of the apps and the mobile app and the Apple Watch app and all that stuff. And even with the sort of the summer update, you've now got the power of AI and Grok directly in your Tesla. And hold on a second. I know AI for some is kind of a dirty word. I think there was a recent stat that 40% of people are worried about AI taking their jobs. 51% of companies are using AI these days. And you've got big tech companies like Amazon and Google and others who are actually laying off thousands of employees because of the efficiencies they've made with AI. I think sort of right now we're at sort of a juncture, a turning point where either you're going to adapt and learn and master AI and make yourself more valuable, or unfortunately, you might quickly fall behind, which is why I love this video sponsor, Outskill, because they're here to help you sort of stay out ahead, out front of the wild, crazy, ever-changing world of AI, because they've got this 2-day AI mastermind happening this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, so not interfering with your work week, where you can really go from AI rookie to AI pro. You're gonna get time with expert mentors, 16 hours of learning, 10 plus AI tools. And while typically this would cost, I think it's like $895, I've actually partnered with them to give away 1,000 seats for free to you guys over the next 72 hours. That is like nearly a $1 million giveaway I'm doing right here, thanks to the experts and the folks at Outskill. to give you guys a leg up in the wild world of AI. It's already been attended by 4 million people around the world in the last year. And here you're learning like real tangible skills, things like you're sort of learning the language of AI, how to prompt it, prompt engineering. You're learning about the tools that actually are going to make your life more useful and make you more valuable. You're going to learn how to build interactive apps and websites with AI. To sweeten the deal even more, if you guys sign up through my link down below in the description right now, you're going to get $5,000 of free extra goodies just by signing up. It's really, again, going to give you that leg up over the competition. Things like a prompt Bible with 3,000 plus prompts you're going to use every single day. You've got a roadmap to making money with AI. You've got your personalized AI toolkit builder and more. It is very, very cool. There's even a WhatsApp community to sort of stay in the know and in the loop about all the changes and sort of have this community here. And if you're looking to sort of, just master what the wild world of AI is and kind of even learn for the first time what it's all about, this is an amazing thing you can do, and it costs you $0, and you get a bunch of freebies along the way. So again, limited time happening this weekend. Make sure you guys go through my special link down below to learn more and grab your free seat today. Well, the answer to that question is obviously no. In fact, I did a video a couple of months ago that turned out to be, I don't know if it was a little controversial, but hopefully people liked it. It was going over all the different Tesla myths, and I actually showed what happened if you manually rebooted the vehicle when you're driving and when you're on FSD. Long story short, the car is still going to remain totally operational if the screen was to crash. Sometimes the computer system just crashes, it'll reboot, it'll be fine. And even if you're on full self-driving and it's activated, you can still have the system going and the car will still drive if the screen is off. Now, to my knowledge, you cannot restart full self-driving if you exit out of it while that thing's, doing its thing, but full self-driving will still work. Your turn signals will still work, even though you might not hear anything out of the speakers, which is a little weird. And again, you have no access to your speedometer or anything like that. So the car will still work, but if the screen goes down, you are going to lose some immediate functionality for like 60 to 90 seconds until it reboots. Which does kind of lead me to one of the most important things all Tesla owners, especially modern owners, should know, and that is that there are emergency physical buttons in your Tesla to shift it from park to drive and reverse and all that stuff. Of course, Tesla would prefer you to do it all on the screen or do it automatically, but when the screen goes down, which does happen, you might be wondering what you can do. The location of those buttons is different depending on the vehicle. So I think in the 3, the Y, the Cybertruck, they're up on top near the headliner. In the S and the X, they're down below. You can consult your vehicle's manual for where they are, but just so you know, all Teslas do have hidden away physical buttons that you can use in emergency situations to actually like shift the car into the appropriate gear. So a little tip there, you definitely should know. One of the other very common questions that I see from you guys, increasingly like the last couple of videos, there's a bunch of comments on this. I have this issue all the time, and that is not getting software updates. Now, Tesla has a solution that completely doesn't work, that's kind of fake, and I'll show you what that is, but I'll also show you a pro tip that no one is talking about enough that you definitely should know, because it'll help you. The advice you'll normally see is to go down here to your software update preferences and switch from standard, which is the default, to advanced. The problem with that, though, as I've shown off time and time again, is by all available evidence, that does absolutely nothing. It's kind of a placebo. Makes you think something's happening, but nothing really is. That's why the best advice I can give you is to actually just make sure your home Wi-Fi is good. Specifically, what I have heard for years is that the Wi-Fi antenna for most Teslas live in the driver's side mirror. So you want to have the driver's side mirror as close to your Wi-Fi as possible. Of course, one of the other things you can try here is to simply restart your car. And that sort of leads me to the 3 different ways, the very unconventional ways you can fix most of your Tesla issues. There are 3 things you got to know: a soft reboot, a hard reboot, and then a sleep reboot, which there's no good name for that, but I'll kind of explain what that is. Let me show you. It's easier for me to show you than tell you. So the first method is called a soft reboot. To do a soft reboot of your Tesla, you want to press and hold on both scroll wheels simultaneously until the screen goes black. So I usually like to keep pressing and holding until the Tesla logo comes up. I don't think you have to, so just press and hold. You can go ahead and just release at this point. and the car will restart. And yes, the screen may stay black for a while. This does take a little bit of time, usually 60 to 90 seconds. Though I will say in my experience, this solves about 99% of problems you'll run into. If you're having cellular connection issues, like data isn't loading, you're having mapping issues, whatever it may be. Oh, look, it just popped up. This soft reboot fixes almost all issues you will have with your car. If the issues still persist, the second thing you can try is what is called a hard reboot, or like a real power off. If you go into the settings on your car, you go down to safety and you scroll all the way down, you'll see a button here called power off. And if you tap on this, it'll tell you, hey, are you sure you want to turn the car off? Place your foot on the brake to turn the power back on. Though what I've experienced is if you open the door or anything, it's going to wake the car up. So if I hit power off, my seat moves and everything is going to power off. Though keep in mind, if you do this, you cannot open any doors. You want to have the doors open before you power it off, because any kind of opening or closing of the door or putting your foot on the brake is going to wake up the car again. This, think of it like a cold shutdown and reboot of your vehicle, kind of like you would do for your computer. So in this case, I've, waited like 15 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is. Usually you want to give it a little bit of time, and then when you're ready, you can open the door, just put your foot on the brake, and then everything is going to turn back on. And then the third kind of reset, as crazy as this sounds, is called the walk away and sleep method. And essentially all you want to do for this is, well, open the door, get out of your Tesla, and then simply walk away. Basically, when you walk away from the vehicle for like 5 minutes, the car is going to go to sleep. And a lot of times what I've noticed, and I'll talk about this more in a moment, is that letting the car go to sleep and then wake up 5 or 10 minutes later seems to reset even some of the most persistent issues that you might be having. So sometimes just walking away, giving the car some time to sleep, and then wake back up will actually solve a lot of the really weird issues you might have. Trust me, it sounds weird, but you've got to try it. And then we should talk about what happened with my Model Y and actually my Model X, because both of these vehicles have had weird issues, though one of them makes sense and one of them does not. And the way I fixed these were really weird. So here's a story here for you. So about 1.5 years ago, I moved across the country and I had my vehicles shipped. I had a Model 3 shipped and a Model X shipped in a enclosed, whatever, semi-truck vehicle, whatever it was, to just ship the cars across the country. And both cars arrived and both were fine. The Model 3, fine, drove it, never had any issues. The Model X, though, it was fine for a couple of days, but one day I was at home and I got a call from my wife who was out with my daughter. And she said, hey, the car is not working. There's 1 million errors on the screen, battery errors, steering errors. It's just not driving right. Something is wrong. I had to pull over. Can you come see what was going on? So long story short, I go over there. It's really weird. Nothing seems to be working. And I was like, okay, let me try rebooting the car. So I rebooted it and the errors were still there. Nothing seemed to work. I even tried a hard reboot, so a soft reboot and a hard reboot like I showed you earlier, and those didn't work. Eventually what I did was I just drove the vehicle home in sort of its limited, limped state. I let it sit for a while, and then I came back a couple hours later and everything was fine. Long story short, this continued for a couple of days and actually a couple of weeks where it would be fine, and then I'd go to drive the car, either I would leave the house or I'd go in the parking lot to go home, and there'd be a bunch of errors on there. And just a assortment of steering issues, battery issues, camera degradation, powered steering, just a bunch of different issues, which sort of led me to a little bit more of an investigation. And the best way you can do that is sort of twofold. One is to obviously go through Tesla support, because they can do some remote diagnostics on your end that you simply cannot do. But the other is to do a little bit of detective work yourself in what is called service mode. This is likely one of, if not the single biggest Tesla features and advantages, and kind of the Tesla's best kept secret app. You can't access this in the app drawer or anything. It's hidden away. What you want to do is go into your car here, go to software, and then tap and hold here on the name of the vehicle. So in this case, it's Model Y Long Range. You're going to see a little pop-up here, and then just type in service. And what this is going to do is open up a hidden app called service mode. And there it goes. It pops up right there. And what this basically allows you to do is see a bunch of information to basically all aspects of your vehicle. This is where you can go here and see service alerts. You can see here a lot of the different alerts I had with the car. Now, sometimes these alerts are like kind of normal and you shouldn't worry about them. So don't come in here and like start freaking yourself out. But also you can see a lot of the errors that just pop up for some unknown reason. And I can see here, there's just a bunch of words. Here's like where I had these errors on the 3rd of all the different errors. And you can kind of dig in here and see exactly what these mean. That's nice. But also what's even better is you can jump in here and see a bunch of different diagnostic information. So I can go in here and I can see service history, of course. I can see how the speakers in the car are working. I could reset the audio system if I was having issues. I can see the high voltage battery system. I can see the low voltage battery system. There is just a plethora of information in here that is honestly over my head when it comes to service things. But if you want to dig in here and see exactly how your Tesla is working, or better yet, diagnose issues, this is the place you want to go. If you're having an issue with a part of your Tesla and you want to know like, hey, is my like alignment off or something's going on, this is where you want to go. In fact, I've actually heard from a lot of people, if I can find it here, if you go under cameras, and you do a camera calibration, this in many instances can actually fix some autopilot full self-driving issues. If you're noticing a recent like degradation in performance, this might be something you want to check. And then of course you can do all of your camera previews here and make sure all the cameras working and things like that. So this is where you want to go to check all of the different aspects of your vehicle. Be sure to not mess with any settings that you're not 100% sure you know what they do. But if you're having an issue with something, you want to see what those error codes mean, or just make sure everything is working up to date, this is where you want to go. It's called service mode. It is the best little feature here inside of your Tesla. I think there's even like some new stuff where they'll show you like, I don't know if I can find it now. There's just a bunch, like look at this, like look at the connector reference they show you here of all the different parts, and you can search through here and you can see, I mean, look at the intricacy and detail of this is insane. And you don't have to be in the service shop or be in like a Tesla technician space to do this. You can just look, and then when you're done, just go here and exit out and not mess with anything in your car. So this is cool, called service mode, best little secret here in the Tesla, and can help you diagnose and fix a lot of these really crazy issues, both big and small. Long story short, with my Model X, I made a service appointment because I thought it was the low voltage battery that was causing issues, but eventually the errors just went away. My best guess is that something with some of the wiring got messed up when the car was transported. Maybe a cable got loose, or the harnessing got loose, something got knocked around. And I don't know how it resolved itself, but that was a lot of different errors that finally did go away. I have no idea what happened, but that was one of those issues that persisted for a while and then randomly cleared up on its own. For my Model Y, for better or worse, it's a little bit more of a similar story with a mysterious ending. So again, this car is brand new. It's 2 weeks old. It's got 200 miles on it. I go one night to move the vehicle into my garage to charge it, and I get a bunch of different errors on the screen. Power steering issues. I mean, I'll show a picture, like a bunch of different errors, and the car was driving really weird, no regen braking. Things were just really weird. So again, I moved the car. I did a soft reset, didn't work. I did a hard reset, didn't work. And then again, I went into service mode and it had a bunch of different errors in there, like legitimate, like, validated errors that required service attention. Like something was just not right with the vehicle. There were a bunch of things wrong. And again, this is a brand new Tesla lighting up with like a Christmas tree of different errors on the screen. And it seemed like something was really wrong. So again, as crazy as it sounds, what I did was I closed the door to the car. I walked away. The car went to sleep. And then I came out the next morning and the errors were gone. Now, unlike the Model X, I did the same thing and the errors eventually came back a couple of days later. That, so far, knock on wood, has not happened just yet. But as crazy as it sounds, sometimes just walking away, letting the car get a good night's sleep, so to speak, and then coming back can fix a lot of problems. Now, in the Model Y's case, nothing got moved around. The car barely had even driven. I'm not sure exactly what was causing those weird errors. Software was all up to date. All that was good. No idea. But sometimes it can just happen. So all that to say, if you get a bunch of random, very concerning errors on your vehicle, go into service mode, see what the car says, make note of the errors, and then you have two options. You can let the car go to sleep, give it a couple hours and come back and see what happens, or go into the app, schedule service, the technicians can see exactly what's going on, and they can sort of preemptively help you diagnose what is going on. But again, as weird as it sounds, sometimes just walking away from the car and coming back will clear even the most stubborn, weird, severe errors. I don't know why, but that's how it seems to work in the Tesla world. All right, and now I've come to, I think some of you guys, you love this part of the video, and that, just kidding, just wanted to see who's paying attention. Got you there. Came to the part of the video where I'm doing an Amazon gift card giveaway. Over the next minute or so, I will have an Amazon gift card code that looks like this, hidden somewhere in the video. Watch some amazing highlights from my channel partners and check out some cool things and also earn some money hidden in here somewhere. Of course, I've got a lot of thanks to give to a lot of my partners who make these videos possible. My friends at Drive Protected make the best DIY PPF you can get on the market. They've got options for every single Tesla. You can go the clear route. You can go the matte finish route. They've got ceramic coating options. They've got cleaning products as well. And best of all is you can save so much money by doing this yourself. Don't go to the shop down the street. Don't go with some no-name company. Go with Drive Protected, your #1 source, super high quality materials, and they will walk you through the process step by step, and you will save thousands of dollars by doing this yourself. And I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. My code Rosenfeld will get you 10% off, so be sure to check out Drive Protected, linked down below. Also, if you're looking for an easy, cost-effective, and fun way to accessorize your new or maybe your older Tesla you want to breathe some new life into, check out the amazing lineup of premium accessories from my friends at Joa. They have got you covered with literally everything you would want for every single Tesla model. They've got phone chargers, they've got neck pillows, they've got sunroof shades, and they even make things super simple with starter packs that literally give you everything you'll need for the best Tesla experience with one simple click. It does not get any easier than this. And then also some of the more advanced utility stuff. Things like a really nice folding tray so you can eat more comfortably or work more comfortably as you're sitting in your car. They've got a really cool invisible storage solution for the underscreen part of your Tesla. They've got a really easy way to charge your Apple Watch and AirPods on the built-in wireless charger in your car, and so much more. If you're looking to check out amazing premium Tesla accessories, check out what Joe has got to offer. Link, of course, is down below in the description, and my code Robert is going to save you on your purchase. So check out the link, use my code Robert to save today. Of course, a good-looking, well-protected Tesla is great, but if someone was to vandalize your car, I don't think you'd be too happy. That's why I love my friends over at Sentry Pro. You can try it totally for free on iOS or Android, and it is an app that gives you instant alerts the moment Sentry mode is activated. You can even now have your car flash its lights or honk the horn to deter anyone when Sentry mode is activated. No having to wait for the alarm. Sentry Pro is proactive and jumps on there and does this for you. Love the peace of mind, love the real-time alerts. Works with every single Tesla in the lineup, and of course as well it's using the secure stuff to connect to Tesla, and one subscription is going to cover all the Teslas on your account. So if you've got a fleet of them, you will be protected with Sentry Pro. They've got a limited time deal where you can save 40% off on a lifetime subscription, so pay once, have it forever. Pretty big discount right now, so check that out, the link down below as well. And again, a huge thanks to my friends at Outskill for the support of the video. If you want to be the master of the AI world for your friends and family, take advantage of this mastermind. Scan the QR code on screen or hit the link down below to learn more and take advantage of this for a limited time. All right, guys, so I know this was a bit of a different video, but I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this? I hope I was able to help somebody with this video. I'd love to know what persistent Tesla errors you've had or any issues you've had and how you have fixed those. If you've got some pro tips for other owners, please drop a comment down below. Let me know. Again, I know this was a bit of a different video, but I hope it could have been of value for some and given some of you guys some answers to some questions. Hopefully I could help you with some of those things. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully somebody got a free Amazon gift card out of it as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you in the next one.